Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and second verse, or actually second thousandth verse, same as the first. Apparently, there is pressure being mounted on Jerry Nadler to file for impeachment, and one need only find any of the tweets about it and simply say, "For what? There was no crime." To invoke the rabid blue liberal snowflake who will go on and on about Russia, which didn't happen, and obstruction, which didn't happen, and anything and everything else they can think of in their fevered little brains. But this one is a bit trickier for Democrats because you see, we have people like AOC saying that the Senate is not subservient to the House and we're not subservient to them, but they need to respect us. Because, of course, anytime someone brings up impeachment, that person is reminded the Senate will never hear the case. You can pass the resolution all you want. It's going to die in your House no matter which way it goes. And Democrats know this. It's a ceremonial thing. Okay? They're going to pass articles of impeachment at some point because AOC and Tlaib and Omar and the rest of them will browbeat the entire House into obeying a very few of them. And when they do, and the Senate refuses to hear the case, we will get the epic meltdown on CNN, MSNBC, everywhere, about how the Senate needs to respect the House. They passed articles. We need to have a trial. No, we don't. It's the same as any other court in the country. Yeah, you have a right to a fair and speedy trial, of a public trial, by a jury of your peers. And while that is true in court, it is not true for impeachment. Because, as you'll see here, Nadler has been in a lot of meetings with members of his own cabal, with Nancy Pelosi, and with others. Pelosi has finally rubbed two brain cells together and gotten a spark of actual intellect to realize that if they pass articles of impeachment, it will be ceremonial because it will never go anywhere. And she likely also realizes that it will be met with, "You really want to do this in open court?" And when the House says, "Yes, we do," it will be, "Okay, let's look at the evidence. Let's look at Russia. Oh, wait, President Trump didn't collude, but we have evidence that these people did. Oh, look, they're all Democrats." When they jump to anything, it's going to be thrown right back in their face, and it's going to prove that they are the actual guilty party. We've needed this, honestly, for the last 31, 32 years, because while Ronald Reagan did ultimately preside over 8 years of a very strong economy and many other benefits, the deep state was still well entrenched. And as soon as he was out of office, Herbert Walker Bush, a career politician, with another politician as his VP, took office. And they were right back to business as usual. From 89 until 2001, it was pretty much normal. And then 2001 hit, and W got a little bit of a different 8 years because of Al Qaeda and 9/11. And because of that, basically being on a war footing, the economy was doing very well because of defense contracts, so we could lower taxes some. But then 2009 and the inauguration of Barack Obama, who, by the way, has admitted that the economy will never get better, but then when it did, it's all his doing, or many other things. But it was deep state rules. And we had all of it happen again. And now all of that is being looked at by Attorney General Barr. They have to get Donald Trump and Mike Pence out of office to get someone from their own little cabal into office so that they can fire Barr and everyone who agrees with him and appoint their own little dancing chicken to do their bidding. And they're running scared because they don't have anything to actually impeach on. It's sad, honestly, because of the 535 members of Congress and the hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands more, There's a lot of lawyers there. You'd think lawyers would know criminal charges for something that's not a crime won't stick. Imagine being at a convenience store, in the restroom, door locked, it's robbed. There's clear video of the entire event. You're charged with robbery because you were there. And yeah, imagine that level of idiocy. Well, you were somewhere near it, so you're guilty, so we're going to charge you, and then goes to court, and it goes on and on and on, and all the money spent, and finally you're vindicated. That's exactly what happened. You see, a dirty dossier was used, full of information even Christopher Steele says is unverified, to get a FISA warrant and have it renewed more than once, to spy on a campaign for president in order to rig an election. And when it failed, it was all the fault of the person they spied on. And now they want to impeach. I would honestly love to get an honest answer from any of them. You know, there's people who you see tweets going around now and then. If you could get one law passed, if you could write one executive order for Trump to sign, or if you had 3 wishes. Mine's very simple. 1, no elected member of the federal government or no government official at any level is physically able to lie for their entire time in office. I don't even know that I'd have time to make the next 2 because of how much entertainment and laughter and just wonderment there would be at watching TV of, as someone is sworn in, they can't physically speak because the oath is a lie. And when they ask, why won't you say it? Because I'm not going to uphold it. Well, you're out. I mean, we'd never have a member of government unless it's someone like Donald Trump. And I'd love it, honestly. It would cripple Congress. It would cripple probably the courts, DOJ, CIA, FBI, all of them. But hey, I'd rather have the entertainment of that than liars and power-hungry morons in positions of power. This is a very simple scenario. It's a very simple equation. Impeachment requires a crime, an offense to have been committed that you can prove. For over 2 years, it's been Russia, Russia, Russia. I mean, I'm honestly surprised we haven't had someone actually edit the actual video of Jan from the 1970s going Marsha, 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 to where it's Russia, 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 and it's Nadler's face or Pelosi's face. I don't know, maybe we just haven't found it yet. I know I've seen it in GIF form and in still form, and that's all they have. And they're going to keep harping on it, and it's going to bite them in the butt. It's going to come back, and they're going to finally get their articles of impeachment, and somebody within the Senate is going to go, hey, wait a minute, no, let's have this. So that as Attorney General Barr is defending the president, he says, well, here's the Mueller report, which, as Mr. Mueller has confirmed, says no collusion, no obstruction, no evidence of obstruction. So that proves that their charge is invalid. But here's all these other documents that have been unearthed showing all this other stuff that happened during the investigation. And the deep state will crumble. And it's about time it did. Honestly, it's been 243 years since the British banned the import of muskets, tried to confiscate them, and ordered the colonies to be subjugated or be killed, and we said no, fought a war and won. And now we accept subjugation from people that that George Orwell, Aldous Huxley, and Ray Bradbury warned us about all those years ago. And we have people too blind to see it. Worse, we have people who know it and openly join in the conspiracy to do it at the highest levels. But I've talked about this for long enough. Let me know what you think. Remember in the comments to keep it civil. We don't learn from argument, we learn from debate. As always, please remember to like and share this video as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you will be the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.